I had to give a bit of advice to songwriters that don't have a pub deal, or let's say they don't even have management at this point in time. Like, what advice would you give to them in terms of trying to get records off, or trying to shop records, or getting placements?
I'm not gonna lie and say that there's like a clear-cut way or that it's easy, because it's not. Even where I'm at right now, it's still hard to get records placed. But it's easier now than it was even when I was doing it 8 years ago, because of all the technology we have. There's so many ways that you get heard that were not there before. The internet is so good for that. I mean, you can set up blogs and MySpace and Facebook and Twitter and all this stuff in ways that you can get your music heard. And trust me, there are people in the music industry who are listening to that stuff and paying attention to it, and paying attention to who are searching through YouTube to find cool things that different people are doing, or the way you may have recovered a record or remixed a record. All that stuff counts for something, and it's not just there for entertainment value. There's people paying attention. I certainly do. I certainly have heard singers sing songs that I've written or other songs and sent them emails like, "You're really good. Even if I can't help you, you're really good. Don't stop." And sometimes that's all you might need to hear when you're on the verge of quitting and going, to do something totally different. I know I definitely, I'm surprised even at the level I'm at. I'm surprised at the amount of attention that some songs I've done or leaked songs or whatever have gotten on the internet. And had that been there when I was starting, I probably wouldn't have taken that long. I don't know, but it probably wouldn't have taken as long, because there's just so many ways to hear the music now. You can make your own mixtape. You can get a single on radio without a record deal. You can tour without a record deal. That stuff is almost stuff you shouldn't be worrying about at first. If you're trying to get on, you should just be getting your stuff to the people, because they can definitely sniff out a good song.
Did you have that one person that kind of gave you that advice when things got, not advice, but gave you that bit of encouragement when things started to get a little hard?
Oh God, a lot of people did actually. Along the way, there were different people. When I first came out of college and I was figuring out, I remember I spent a lot of time in this producer named Troy Taylor's basement, and he whooped my butt. Like, he would make me just write songs over and over and over again, and write the same song.
He's like the king of noise. And everybody knows everybody knows who Troy Taylor is.
Troy Taylor. He's behind Trey Songz, and he's written a lot of songs for like Tyrese and Whitney Houston and all that stuff. But he lived in Jersey at the time, and he had this basement studio. I'm sure little Eddie knows what I'm talking about. I would be in the basement, and I would write a song, and he'd say, and the thing is, he was lying at the time, and I was so pissed about it at the time, but now I look back and I'm glad he did it. He'd say, "I need a song for Patti LaBelle." And I said, "Okay." And so I'd go down there and I'd do my homework and I'd write a song. And then he would lead me down there. He'd get mad because I could sing. And if I was taking too long, he'd say, "You know what? You're taking too long. I don't have patience for this. Figure it out yourself." And he'd make me record myself, write it all by myself, which I was so angry about. But then now I realized that all that stuff is valuable information that I have. So I know how to engineer. I know when something doesn't sound right. I have all that know-how now. Then he would open the door, listen from the top of the stairs, and say, "I don't like it. Song's good, but then what for Brandy?" And I have to re-sing the whole song and rearrange it so that it sounds like a Brandy record. Then he'd make me do it again for Whitney Houston, and do it again for Mary J. Blige, and do it again. And I'd be down there till 3, 4 in the morning, pissed. But in the end, it taught me how to be versatile and learn, and it taught me that the same song could work for different people if you arrange it and if you worded things differently and you sang it the way they would sing it. So he was one of the first people that encouraged me. I mean, he gave me a hard time, but he'd also tell me when things were good, and he'd tell me I was coming along. And Gordon Chambers was a writer. He was with Troy Taylor a lot, and he would tell me I was good. And at the time, I was like, "Oh my God, a real writer thinks I'm good. I should keep on going." And that kept me going for a long, long, long time. And of course, my management, Make, was always encouraging me and getting me in studios wherever I could, just to keep writing and getting better. And whatever he could muster up at the time, I would do. I would never say no to anything.